hell is wrong with you? Let's go, let's do something, let's go out. Researchers van der Linde and Milgram et al. Have looked at introversion, and they've said that essentially it's governed by hereditary function. You may be introvert or extrovert. We're looking at introverts today. Let's go. Social introverts are other people that prefer solitude or small or group interactions. If you're interacting in a group and you're doing, like we saw at the top there, a book, maybe a book group, and there's 4 or 5 people, that might be enough for you as a social introvert. Smaller groups, speaking about things you like, quietness around you can be very important. And you don't even like going to big scale things such as concerts, or maybe being in a hall where there's an audience, or even a restaurant, something that's big, certainly not a public house. These are people that just feed off the energy of a smaller, more intimate setting. They may feel drained and even overwhelmed by excessive social stimulation. We see people, for example, on the autistic spectrum disorder, and again, they might be triggered by that too. But also introverts in that regard, they feel the energy of not just the people, what they see, but also the sounds and the hyperness that could be there as well. They prefer meaningful eye-to-eye, one-on-one conversations and quieter activities. Also though, there are introverts that are anxious introverts, and ones that, let's face it, experience perhaps a social anxiety, or even an anxiety towards thinking about going to the performance, going to a cinema where you could actually see something nice and enjoyable, and all of the audience are not looking at you, they're looking at the screen. Going to a concert, they're thinking about it and they stop themselves from going. The very thought of getting up in the morning, putting on their clothes, and then sitting there, and suddenly they freeze. Their body takes over and they cannot control their next moves. They're thinking, hey, I wanted to go, I was ready last night. And there are many people who prepare things super duper quick and ready and easy to preempt this, but then when they get up in the morning, there's such a stall or a freeze moment that they cannot snap themselves out of it. Then we also have thinking introverts. Now, thinking introverts are more introspective thing, right? What they like to do is spend time alone to contemplate. So they may have been at a big concert, they may have been in a place where there's an audience as such, and they may have slightly enjoyed that. And then they come home and they stop and they want to spend time alone, maybe through or via analysis, but they want to think, they want to cognitively assess things in their own way and process things as well. They want to analyze and from there shape more thoughts and ideas. So there's a pattern here for them. They need to feed that, not only introversion, but the cognitive load that they've already experienced. They use that as a feed so they can now get the energy through their introverted thinking. They also may have deep inner world that they enjoy with an engagement such as imaginary or perhaps creative ways of thinking, and just receiving ideas from the outer world so that they can become better or they can develop their thinking in some ways. Other types of introverts could be more reserved introverts. Now, these can be quieter in their ways. They can maybe reserve themselves by being cautious or thoughtful in their expression, in their interaction with others. They might decide that I won't say that, I won't interact or interject as such, I'll barely come out with an idea, but yet they're thinking up here, right? So they're reserved, they're pulling themselves back. They may take time to even warm up to new people or situations. They may or may not know, but if they know it, they're happy with that because they're feeling reserved. They're just watching around, drinking everything in, all the new people, their reactions, their behaviors, and mulling over a decision on whether they're comfortable or what way they can then integrate into the society or to the culture or even to the smaller social setting. Creative introverts. Now, I mentioned the cognitive thought process and how people can have ideas. By being creative in your introversion, then you are using your imagination. Maybe you're an artistic type of person, and you are a person that thrives off ideas or having an expression that can go somewhere, that can create a product, create a journey for yourself, an adventure. And in many ways, this is a very good thing because you're balancing your brain, all the cognitive load, all the information coming in from an experience, maybe socially, and then you're actually putting it into play in a new creative manner. Again, it can be food for producing things in an introverted, like say, painting or a musical composition or an inspirational piece, just writing different things as well. You can also have an empathetic introvert because empathy is a huge thing. Simply put, it's about putting yourself in the shoes of another. So by having empathy with regard to what a person is going through at the moment, you can be in their shoes, be with them. And if you're an introverted person, you can be sensitive to these people and attuned to their emotions and also their present needs. Now, an empathetic introvert may be compassionate as a listener, maybe very giving of their time, very attentive. Distractions are put to the side, and that's great because they're supporting their friends or the people that they're around. But they may also need time alone to recharge the batteries, recalibrate themselves. It might actually even still drain themselves if there's an emotional journey going on with the other person as well. There is also routine orientated introverts. Now, routine orientated introverts are ones that live their daily lives with structure, predictability, and there are individuals that really get comfort in this way so that they can create something or perhaps just even get through the day that they're tired, lacking energy and so on. That's when that routine is extremely important. Down to the minute, they want to be in a certain place at a certain time, have their meals at certain times, go to sleep and get up at certain times. It's very important for them. Otherwise, they could be anxious or they might find themselves overawed in situations, and this disrupts their established routines. And with the anxiety there, they might start thinking about tomorrow and the plans for tomorrow, such as holidays and vacations. This can be throwing them off. Independent introverts are self-resilient, or more so reliant on themselves, and they're autonomous individuals. We often speak about autonomy and the need for autonomy with developing people. So introverts often get a bad type of rap, essentially, because they are not balanced in the extroversion way. They're not good at people, or they don't socialize or lead. But this can be balanced in one way by the fact that they're self-reliant and they're self-motivated and they're truly autonomous. They may even enjoy spending time alone by pursuing their interests and passions, and prefer solitude and are very happy with it over relying on others and all the ups and downs and the loud noises, or looking for validation, which many people look for in this present day. Rather than being that, they can be quite attuned to their own life, quite happy with everything that's going on. So being an introvert is not always bad. It can be very good. There can be very, very progressive things that can push a person in to being socially acute and aware person, that can make them even better leaders of social events by being quiet and contemplative. It doesn't mean to say that you can't monitor the behavior of others, present performances, plan performances, publish works and so on in a very social way. That's it for now for introversion. If you want to continue to be a little bit more introverted, then you can smash that button and hit a subscribe. Otherwise, I'll be here and I'll be back. Until next time, though, please do have a wonderful day.